Hello everyone, welcome back to the final part of my eye collection. It's not the last collection video, there's still my lip products, but yes, this will be the last of my eyeshadows. So we are going to talk about my duos, trios, and up. And it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do this, if I want to do it by first duos and trios and quints, blah blah blah, or should I do it by brand? And then I realized that I have more of one brand than anything else, and you will know what that brand is last because that's what I'm going to be filming last. So I'm going to be filming by brand and in no particular order but the size of the pans, and yeah. So I have one of each that I'm going to talk about first, and then I have another brand, and then another, if that makes any sense. I feel like I might be confusing you, but let's just get on with this. Alright, so for one of my smaller palettes, I have an Estee Lauder palette. I don't think this has a name. It just says Pure Color Eyeshadow, and it comes with 2 satins and 2 mattes. The satin colors are called Sugar Biscuit, Nude Fresco, Wild Sable, and Chocolate Bliss. And actually, this palette is also really great as an eyeshadow palette. It doesn't have the longest wear for for eyebrow pigments, eyebrow long wear, but it's actually pretty decent if I'm going somewhere real quick. I actually really like the quality of these shadows. I don't think they're like super wowing, but this came in as a like gift with purchase, so maybe that's why it's not so wowing, but yeah. I have a Ulta eyeshadow palette. This is a quint. It is their neutral. I think this was only a holiday special. You can't get these anymore. I got this actually as a Christmas present this past Christmas, and I was pleasantly surprised because I was not expecting this. I was actually going to get it for myself, and I was like, nah, you don't need any more eyeshadows. But I got it, and I'm happy. I have used this, and it is great. I don't know if they're the same part as other quality, or if they're like worse or better than the regular Ulta shadows, because I don't own any of the Ulta shadows but this. But I do enjoy this, and it's making me open to want to try the other Ulta shadows. I have a 12 pan palette from Maybelline. It is the nudes. A lot of people don't like this palette. I personally like it. This doesn't look like I gave it a lot of love, but they are very hard shadows, and so the pans themselves are very stiff, so it doesn't look like I used it a lot, even though I have. I actually like this. I still believe that I'm a beginner in makeup, and that when you have product that's too pigmented, you can go overboard with it easily, and I like to build my eyeshadows, which these are actually buildable, and the eyeshadow bases, the cream shadows that went with this palette when it launched but were limited edition, which I have no idea why they were limited edition. They're great. They are very great to match with this palette, and I love this so much. Yeah, it's a great beginner's palette. I have another 12 pan palette, right? 2, 4, 6, yeah. From Sephora. It is called their Naturally It palette, I believe. Or it's called their It palette in color Natural, because they also had a smoky one, I believe. And this is no longer available. I think they just discontinued it sometime late last year, 2015. But yeah, this is my Pan That Palette project of 2015, and this is the progress as of March 2nd, 2016, as this is the day I'm filming this video. So yeah. This came with a brush, a dual-ended brush, and a pencil that went into this slot. It's a brown eyeliner pencil. And this isn't just shadows. This is a base shadow. This is highlighting shadows. These 7 right here are the actual marketed as eyeshadows, and these 2 are eyeliners. And clearly you don't have to follow them like that because I don't, and it's actually a pretty decent shadow. The long wear isn't that long. You really do need a primer, and you do need a really good base with this. Otherwise they will, well, maybe because I have oily eyelids, they will disappear within an hour or 2, but I like the color payoff with a good base underneath. I have one mega eyeshadow palette from Morphe. It is actually smaller than what they come out with now. This is their 28F. This was discontinued, and I think they improved the formula on this, but on their shadows. But this is a very colorful eyeshadow palette. When I look at this palette, I think colorful, clowny, even though I'm terrified of clowns. Beautiful, vibrant, creative. It has some neutral colors right here, but most of these are very vibrant and most of these are very colorful. I love this palette. I haven't touched it in a while just because I haven't been feeling the colorful look, but this is a great palette. You can't get it anymore, but there's others like it, I'm sure itself. It's Morphe. I have 2 Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. One is permanent, one was a limited edition. This is their trio Sweet as Candy. And I know everyone has the Walking on Eggshells, but I wanted to try something different from the crowd, and I got this. And I gotta say, I am impressed by the regular formula. This is really, really great. And this is actually not the first eyeshadow palette I got from Wet n Wild. I actually got this one first, California Roll, and I love this palette. I do not regret not getting backups because I have other shadows similar to this, but I am so glad I did pick this up. I just regret not picking up the other shadow palettes that came with the collection, but you know, I can't get them anymore, so I don't beat myself up for it. But because I actually love this formula, I wanted to try the regular formula, and I actually like the regular formula a little bit better. I think because it's permanent, they take more care of it, so this is a much better formula. And this combination is actually surprising. I don't put this just in the lid. I put this in the crease and mix these two, and it's really pretty. I love it. It is a really pretty combination. It actually works pretty decently on my tan skin. So yeah. Alright, so I have these palettes from this brand called Makeover Essentials. I got this as a gift, and they're alright. Their shadows are actually pretty decent, but that's the best product that they have. And their packaging is really great, but yeah, you could I don't know where you can get this, but I know one of my friends, the friend that got me this, she said that someone came by to her office and was selling this, and so she got it then and there because that person was going to be there. And so yeah, I actually enjoyed this when I first got it, but then I realized what I loved were the eyeshadows and not really much else. So let's talk about the brand. This is their 6-pan palette. It's called Simply There. It is a lip and eye color kit, and it comes with a very decent sized mirror. Like, it is, this whole lid is the mirror, which I love it. I love the packaging, but yeah. So it comes with 3 shadows and 3 lip colors. The lip colors are okay. They're if they were more pigmented, they would be suited for me better, but I have very pigmented lips, so this doesn't really show up very well on my skin. The next one is called Baby Doll Color Kit. And oh, by the way, if you guys ever see this online, they're like crazy expensive. I don't think they're worth the price, so buyer beware. I don't recommend this brand. My friend doesn't watch my videos, so don't be like, oh my god, you're so mean, but she doesn't watch my videos, so yeah. So this palette comes with a blush. Actually, the blush is pretty decent. I gotta say that. The blush is pretty decent. And it comes with 2 shadows and 4. This is more like a lipstick product. Yeah, this is more like lipstick in a pan. And they're alright. They're better pigmented than the glossy finish. So, but I just love the packaging of this. By the way, it's like full, and it comes with a full-sized mirror too. Bam. I don't know why I was covering them. The shades, it doesn't matter. And then the last one is called A Beauty Diary, and this is such a cute little sucker. So you open it like this, and you have the mirror, and you open one side, and then you get the product. So you can be doing literally one side of your face with a mirror, and then you open the other side and you can be doing your eye makeup and your lip makeup with this mirror and just be like, oh yeah, I got this shit on. This packaging is very innovative, but the product is what has failed me, in my opinion. But I do actually bring this with me when I do travel just because it's so simple. It's just right there. I don't have to have the heaviest makeup when I travel. I think it's kind of weird to have a lot of makeup on when I'm traveling. Even if I'm not sleeping over at someone's house, it's just much easier to bring something like this than one of everything. Alright, let's move that aside and bring what I have a ton of to the front. I really, really love e.l.f. Yeah. Some of these were purchased by me. Some of them were gifts. I'm trying not to drop anything. So, I think about like 1, 2, 3, 4. About half of these probably like I bought, another half I got as a gift. So I'll just so yeah, I have 7 of their duos. So 2014 Christmas time, they were having these gift sets. I don't know if they come every year, but it was great because I wasn't expecting this gift set from my friend, but it came with a whole lot of range of colors. So it came with this like dark blue and gray combo. It came with this purple and pink duo, which is adorable. And it came with even glittery shadows, like this glittery green and glittery purple. And it came with a dark blue and a light, oh no, it's more like a truer blue. And it came with a smoky duo. And this one was kind of weird, but I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I don't know how to describe this. Like a grayish blue, like a slate color, and a gold color. And one of probably the easiest thing to love is that it also came with a duo. They're all duos, but a natural duo, and clearly, of course, I'm going to use this one the most. You probably can't tell, but yeah, it was crazy when I saw, like, oh my god. But they're very decently sized pans, and I gotta say, like, I actually kind of like e.l.f. shadows. I think it's because e.l.f. was my first brand of like eyeshadow palettes that I just kind of like held on to it, and I love it. The worst palette that I actually have of them is from this one, and I think it's just because it's getting old. I remember loving it at first, and I think just because it's getting older, it's losing its pigmentation, but I'm not going to throw this away just because of nostalgic reason. I'm going to try to see if I can use any of these shadows up. Like, oh my god, you can't, I've counted these already, how many shadows I have, so be prepared to like the final video of my collection series. But yeah, this is a little black beauty book. This is a cool edition, and as it says, it is a cool palette. This is the first cool edition book. I know they have a newer one which is more arranged properly. This kind of like is arranged haphazardly, but it's fine. I get along with it. Some shadows I've hit pan on, some I've just haven't really touched much, some I've got good dips on. But I've got to say, like, a lot of these colors I like, just some that I don't like. The one that I hate the most, I gotta say, is this purple one, just because it has chunky glitters. And it came with another one right, like, up here, and I finished that off. Forced myself to, but yeah, this was a Project Pan that palette item once, and it drove me crazy because I couldn't handle it. Because I think at that time when I was using it, I didn't have a lot of spaces, and you can't really use shadows like this, like e.l.f. shadows, because they will kind of like die out quickly on oily eyelids. And so I could probably pull this out again, this little baby, and see how I like it in a month or two. So the next e.l.f. products that I got was from my best friend. She sent it to me. Like, my parents were coming over to visit me from college when I was in college, and she was like, hey, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know, give me makeup because I don't like this stuff here. And so she sent it to my parents, or she gave it to my parents, and my parents gave it to me. And these are the Get the Look Beach Beauty palettes, the day palette and the night palette. And these are so dirty. I wish I kept it in the sleeve that it came in, but it drove me nuts putting it in and out of the sleeve. But yeah, so it comes with cheek products, lip products, which I'm probably never going to use again just because they're kind of old, and eyeshadow palettes. And I actually really do enjoy these. Any eyeshadow product I got from e.l.f. after this book is phenomenal, and I just love the vibrant colors. They're really pretty. I used to wear this all the time. I actually had to repress this bronzer because I couldn't get any more on my brush. And yeah, I love that bronzer. I think everything on here is permanent. They just compiled it together. And this is the night look. It's more subdued, like, you know, it's not as bright and playful, but it's nice still. Yeah, I like it. It's really nice. Yay. Let's just continue on with the books. So 2014 was the year I graduated college, and they had every year they have this like special edition for the year or for the season. I'm not really sure, but this was called the Class of 2014 edition, so I had to get this. There was a ton of other products, and I could have gotten all the eyeshadows that came, but I didn't. This is called the Chic Eyeshadow Book, and if I remember correctly, and this is the natural eyeshadow look. So let me just talk about the natural one first. Like, this is so gosh darn beautiful. Like, I probably don't need any other neutral eyeshadow look, but as a makeup lover, you know you're gonna get another one. But this is just so gosh darn pretty. And so is the Chic Eyeshadow Book. This is so pretty and so colorful and so beautifully arranged. Like, look at that. It is so pretty. I've used this only like when I got them. I haven't used them in a while, but gosh darn it, they're amazing. I love it. Ugh. Alright, let's talk about these palettes. This is the Mini Pro palettes. I believe that's what they're called. This one is their natural palette. I believe that's what it's called. And this one is the Everyday. This one is older than the natural. I got this one recently. So this is the Everyday palette. This doesn't open all the way back. Well, it does, but kind of like makes, when I pull it all the way back, this bends and it kind of makes me nervous. So there it is. These are the shades. It has quite natural looks, but it has some jewel tones in it and some little smokier blacks right here to give a smokier look. So this was really pretty. Like, I used to carry this around with me when I used to travel before I got these, just because it has literally everything you need. And like I said, you don't need, there's no such thing as too many neutral shadows. So here are all the neutral shades in this palette. They look exactly like this one, the natural shades one, but just more compact. And I don't know how to, other than the fact that I want it and it's pretty, I can't justify this purchase. Now this last one is a Big Mama, and I got it for Christmas. And when my best friend gave this to me, she was like, "You have so many eyeshadows already. I don't know if I should get you this." And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine." And I thought she was getting me like a small eyeshadow palette, but no. She got me the mother of eyeshadow palettes. Like, oh my god. So, this was the Mega Pro palette. I don't remember what it's called. And they used to have this exact one, but in black casing. But because this was a Christmas special, it was just in a white casing. They have come out with a series of this. There was one where it's all neutral, and they've had one that's all colorful, and they've had different variations of this type of look. And now they have a new one, which the sick person in me wants, because it's like cool shadows, and it's different. We're not gonna go there. But look how pretty. Let me open this up for you so that way there's no glare from the light. But honestly, this is the one palette that a part of me doesn't want to ever use up because it's so freaking pretty. Look how pretty this is. Like, I can't with this palette. It's just so beautiful. Like, I will definitely reach into this palette, but I just feel satisfied just looking at it. Like, I don't want to touch it just because it's so gosh darn pretty. That's what I want to say. But it must be used, sadly enough. But I won't use this just yet because I have others to use. Alright, that is it. That is all of my eyeshadows. My voice is raspy. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will take a sip of water. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck through it, you are a trooper, and I'll see you in my last collection series, my lip products. All right, bye.